Hi, I'm Colin Wells. Welcome to Studio M, your McKinney ISD talk show. Happy 2012! Here we are, starting a new year with new episodes and some fabulous new guests. Today's show highlights the diligent and dexterous dance abilities of the McKinney High Marquettes. We'll visit with a few of their senior officers. Then later in the show, a unique senior from Boyd shares his passion for the Civil War with us. And we'll match up the visage of a first grade teacher from McClure with a celebrity in our McKinney ISD famous lookalike segment. Stick around. That's all next on Studio M. Well, I hope you had a wonderful, restful winter break. I know we did. In fact, I just kept on having a break. I took 3 days off last week. We went to Missouri and visited family there, and then my sister-in-law got married, and my wife was the matron of honor, and my oldest was a flower girl, and then my two little ones sang a song with my wife and my oldest. So. It was really, really nice. It was a special time for our family, and we had a really good break. So I'm glad to be back in McKinney, though. We actually just got back on Monday afternoon, so it's nice to be back in Texas. It's definitely a little warmer here. Now, when you think of McKinney, maybe you think of the McKinney Marquettes at McKinney High School. You think of heritage of drill team excellence. Since their inception in the spring of 1964, the Marquettes have bebopped, toe-tapped, high-kicked, and two-step, do you two-step, really? Their way across football fields, high school gyms, and theater stages, all the while collecting awards and trophies throughout the years. The end of 2011 bestowed a multitude of recognitions on the mighty Marquettes as they competed at the Showtime International DFW Christmas Classic Dance Competition in Carrollton. I needed a break after just saying that. They took home wins in several categories, and 3 of their senior officers are here today with more on their prize-worthy results and to tell us about their ever-growing dance program. Please welcome Kaitlyn Dorr, Camille and Lauren Bowman. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
How about that introduction? Now that was impressive. So, Kaitlyn, you are captain of the Marquettes, is that right? And you're senior?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your schedule like this year? Okay, don't tell us about your schedule. I can tell from looking at it. Tell us about your family.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of busy this year. It's been pretty crazy. A lot of dance, and my family's really supportive of it all, and I also do like Green Court, and I'm a youth ministry team leader, and awesome. I teach a youth group class, so they've been really supportive, or else I would be out of luck.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lauren, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're first lieutenant, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
About my life or my schedule?
Yeah, well, tell us about your schedule. Maybe you have a class schedule you can.
I have 3 dance class periods, and then the rest is just my core classes.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What are your interests besides dance?
I really enjoy photography, and I really like my job too, where I teach swimming lessons at the Allen Natatorium.
Oh, no
so
kidding.
That's enjoyable in addition to dance.
That's a great facility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we like going there.
It's
cool.
fun.
Yeah. And Camille, let's tell us a little about yourself.
Well, let's see. This is my 2nd year on the team. So last year I was a rookie.
You're a lieutenant, right?
I'm a lieutenant, yes. So my 2nd year on the team. It's definitely been pretty crazy this year with Marquettes, but it's the greatest part of my life probably. So normally, wake up in the morning, we have practice, and then go to school, and then after school, sometimes we have practice, and then other times I go to work. I work at Polo Ralph Lauren for children, so that's pretty great.
Oh, no
For
kidding.
children.
For children.
Yeah, well, because little kids need to wear Ralph Lauren.
They do.
Tell us about what you just mentioned about how busy your schedule is and how much time you spend together as a team. Can you kind of, you don't have to give an exact hour, but how much time do you spend together preparing?
We spend a lot of time together.
Every morning? You guys
Every
practice?
morning.
What time does practice start?
6
6
to
a.m.
6:30. It depends on what we're working on.
Depends on
Usually
how much
6.
we have to get accomplished usually. And then goes into first period and the occasional after school practices, Saturday practices, weekend practices.
Wow. And when you're getting prepared for like a football game, for instance, it's as a team. How many girls are on the squad?
We have had larger, this year we have more than we've ever had before. And we have 55 girls on the team, and we had so many girls try out that we had to start a JV, and we have 25 on JV.
That's awesome. So the JV program is something new this year. It's not
Brand
something
new.
you've had before.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Neely is your coach, right? Does she have an assistant?
Yes, Miss Stevens.
Stevens. This is something she started this year because of the numbers, or because there are opportunities for a JV squad to participate, compete, or both?
I think it really had, both really affected it, because we didn't have as many girls that would be willing to be on a JV team, and so we couldn't really start one up. But I think it's really great because they're getting all the basics, and hopefully we want to make this where you have to be on JV first before varsity, so that way you're getting all your learning, like the beginning stuff out of the way, and then when you're on varsity, you're just ready to go.
It's like a preparation class, so that they kind of know exactly what to expect whenever they go into varsity.
Right. That's awesome. So this is a course during the day, as opposed to a team that meets after school or before school or anything
Yeah,
like that.
there's not like nearly enough time commitment that's involved with JV. It's just a class period.
Sure. That's awesome. Well, that sounds like a great idea. Let's talk a little bit about what the varsity squad has done this year in competition. Let's start with the three of you specifically. Did each of you do a solo or something like that? You did?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about your solo.
I did a lyrical. I got second place with my solo.
Congratulations.
I didn't quite win, but I'm hoping at the next competition I can possibly do better. I got a lot of good feedback, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome. So you will have an opportunity to compete again with that piece.
I might want to do a new piece, I don't know, but I think I'm going to stick to that and just try to perfect certain things.
Awesome. And Lauren, you did a solo as well?
I did, yes. I did a jazz to an Aretha Franklin song. It was very fun. Yeah.
That's cool. And was the event called just solo, or was it specific to jazz?
I think it's just the solos. That was just the event.
So like your solos were competing against each other?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
In some ways.
That's awesome. Okay. And Camille, what about you? You had a solo as well?
Yes, I did. I also did a lyrical this year. So that's not really my strong point, which is why I did it. So it really helped me to improve, and I got a lot of really good feedback, just like Kaitlyn said, from the judges. So I really feel like that'll help me a lot in the next competition. I'll be able to do better.
What's your strength normally?
My strength normally would probably be more jazz, something more upbeat. You know.
That's awesome. So lyrical is boring, is what you're saying.
No, I love
No, I'm
lyrics.
saying that it's a challenge for me.
How do you describe the difference, though, from lyrical to like jazz, for instance, or hip hop?
I think that jazz is more upbeat, you know, sometimes it can be more sassy, and then lyrical a lot of times has more technical elements in it, and then hip hop is, you know, it's a completely different style, and it's also a challenge as well. It's not really.
With lyricals, you have to like emit more emotion, and so that's also because there's like two parts to having a lyrical. You have to do all of the technical elements and be like a good dancer, but you also have to like express it on your face as well.
Oh, wow. That's great. So it's not just, you know,
No.
bright grin the entire time.
Lyrical, you're like reaching more into the song and trying to figure out more of what the song's about in order to reflect on your dancing. But with jazz, you can just kind of like put on a smile or like be sassy with it. So.
Well, can you ladies then speak to some of the other successes you had with the competition in December? I know I've got a long list. I don't want you to feel like you have to go through all of those for us. Maybe we have some pictures too of the competition that we can kind of allude to as well. But I'd love to hear about the officers. It says received first division in jazz. So the three of you did a dance together. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and it was a jazz routine, and you got first division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you.
What about the lyrical? Is that another category where you received first division in?
Yeah.
As an officer team?
Yes.
I'm learning what these mean. Okay, go ahead if you want to speak to some of the photographs we've looked at so far. This is the whole squad.
Yeah, they were, when we were waiting for awards, they were like playing music and stuff, and they decided they wanted to dance.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't competition necessarily.
No.
This was our hip-hop outfit with our lovely Argyle socks.
Nice.
Oh,
There's our trophy.
cute.
Good. That's nice.
A lovely photo.
That's your grand champion trophy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's almost
Nice.
as tall as we are.
This
I
is
know.
our JV squad.
That's huge. Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Or the ones that competed at this competition.
Uh-huh. And the JV squad competed in POM, hip hop, and they received first divisions and first runner-ups.
Yeah,
there's
in
different
the
teams.
JV category
Mm-hmm.
for, usually they try to have you compete against teams that are more in your category, so like teams that are more in our size, and we do big teams, we have a big team, so that's why we are in the super team division, but then we also have an elite team.
And that's why the grand champion title in the super team division is where that comes from.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have an elite team that also would be considered a smaller ensemble, so that goes against like smaller teams, and then our officers win against, I guess, every other officers there, so it
great.
just depends.
So this was your first tournament of the year, is that right? And you have more of these that are coming up this spring?
Yes.
Yes.
This was the first of 3.
Oh, wow. Now in years past, have you had this kind of success as far as being grand champion in a tournament?
Last year we were grand champions at a different competition in the spring, but we've never competed so early in the year before. And it was kind of cool that this year we were ready so early in the year before. Like our team was really excited for this. So, but
Yeah, generally we compete in like February, March area, and this year we went like the beginning of December. So we had just finished football season, and then we jumped straight into competition.
That's crazy. Well, that's just a testimony to how much you ladies have put in on your own time as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of time that you got to spend on the weekends and whatever free time you have to work. Yeah. How much do the three of you, this is, again, I'm kind of speaking from what I've seen of dance teams in the past, how much do the three of you have to be integral in helping your team with the routines that they're doing for competition, or even routines that you do throughout the year, whether it's for a show or it's for halftime or something like that? How much do you three get to do some choreography and coaching?
A lot of the times we have choreographers come in and they'll teach us dances at the beginning of the school year or something like that, or in between. And if a part doesn't happen to work out, then we'll choreograph it and change it. Like right now, we are choreographing a pep rally that's coming up with the cheerleaders and stuff like that. So
Awesome.
we do a lot of choreographing. Our officer dance, we choreographed in our dance class and stuff like that.
That's
as
great.
a group.
How do you deal with, we'll let Camille speak to this one. How do you deal with, because you said this is your second year on the team? You probably deal with this more than the other two then. How do you deal with your peers? I mean, you're working with other girls on the team, and you want them to know, okay, now girls, listen, we've got to hey, we got to do this. You know, what is the key to helping your fellow
Honestly,
teammates
the
understand?
key is just reminding them of our goal, and our goal is to improve, you know, really just to improve and to be able to compete as early as we did was really great, and being focused on the goal and focused on what we really needed to take care of was a key part in that. So you keep reminding them of that, and everyone was really willing to work, and we had a lot of efficient practices.
That's awesome. What's the best part about being a Marquette?
Ooh, that's hard. That's really hard.
I think one of the best things is the sense of community and the sense of family that you have on the team, because if you spend so much time with, you know, 40 plus girls, eventually you realize that, you know, you're going to have your little cat fights, but there's no point in hating each other, and you get to the point where you can appreciate every single person on the team, you know, for who they are, and I think that's really a great thing.
Yeah, yeah. You have besides the competitions, you have a big event in April, right?
Yes.
Lauren, you want to tell us about that?
We have our spring show, which lots of people think that drill team is only seasonal. They only think that we only perform at football games. And they're like, oh, what are y'all doing in your off season? It is very different. Yeah, we have our football season, and then we go into competition, and then after competition's over, we trickle into our spring show, which is the big production that we put on. And we have a couple other of the dance classes participate in it, but the bulk of it is basically Marquettes. Yeah. So we have like we have lots of team dances, then we also have it broken up into our elite dances, then there's officer dances, and then solos.
And it's not just a showcase of everything you've done for the year. You add some new things to the event as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that's
most
exciting. Yeah. And the date is April
20th and 21st.
April 20th and 21st. And you'll perform at High. Mm-hmm. And where do you perform?
In our small little auditorium.
You perform on stage in the auditorium.
Yes.
Well, you know, it's gradually going to be adapted.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to squeeze 55 girls on one stage.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Especially since last year we basically sold out both shows. So it should be interesting this year.
See how it's going to go.
Oh, my goodness.
The most exciting, or one of the most exciting parts of our year, so whatever happens, you know, it's definitely going to be worth it.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, no, I congratulate you and look forward to that event. Before you go, though, since you're all seniors, we need to hear what your plans are for the future, if you have some. And you know, we just want to wish you the best, obviously. Let's start with you, Kaitlyn.
Next year, I'm planning on going to the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. I'm looking into either a career involving education or graphic design, and I'm debating continuing in dance or not, so that's just something I have to think about.
That's awesome. Terrific.
I've been accepted to a couple schools in Utah, and then I'm also on hold for one in Hawaii. So I'm crossing my fingers for that one. Yeah. And I'm probably going to pursue something in elementary school education.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. Well, you girls have had some experience in teaching. So, yes. So you have, at least you know what you're getting yourself into if you do that. And Camille, what about you?
I hope to go to either Trinity University or Texas Tech. And I'd really like to major in zoology and then branch off into herpetology later on in my career.
No way. That's awesome. That's why you're a great team. You bring all these different assets together.
Well, diversity.
It is. It's diversity. Well, I wish the three of you the best. I completely admire your attitude and the humility and the just the sense of we like being a part of this. It's worth the effort, you know. Because I know that being in leadership position, it can be really, really hard. So I hope that the rest of your season goes well. So
Thank you.
Congratulations, ladies. We need to take a short break, and when we return, we'll look at the Civil War through the perspective of an enthusiast.